What's good, Council of Comics? Thank you for joining us once again. We're going to go through some dollar bin diving. I got about over 100 books that I paid about $60 for, and we're going to go over. All right, let's go. Yeah, shout out to Madness. Yeah, Rogue Nation 845. Bro. So first of all, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please click the subscribe button below. Please click the like button, share with your friends, and enjoy all the other videos that are on our channel. Now today this video is about when I went up to our good friends over in Port Jervis, Haven for Heroes, and they have a tremendous dollar book area. They even have a little 50-cent area, and he just got some new boxes in. I love dollar bin diving, so I went in there and I racked up. And on top of the fact that it was the Saturday after Black Friday, so the dollar books were 50 cents. So amazing. So I came in and I took about 100 books or so. I think it's about 112, and I paid about $60 and $65 for tax. Alright, so let's get to it. Let's see what we got. Let's go through some independents and some licensed stuff first. We got Gen 13, Monkey Man and O'Brien number 2. This is about a $2 book. Gen 13 number 35. This is about a $2 book. Wildcats 11. I have 1 through 10. I was really happy to get this to add to the collection. I got Shadowhawk number 1. And I got 2 of those. They're worth about $10 a piece, and they're in 9.8 condition, so I'm considering sending at least one of them out for grading. William Shatner's Tech World number 4, number 3, and just number 3. William Shatner's Tech World was just a sci-fi comic written by and created by William Shatner back in the 90s. He wanted to do something different. Those of you who don't know who William Shatner is, he plays Captain Kirk in the old Star Trek movies. But he wanted to make his own sci-fi adventure, so Marvel let him, and he created Tech World. We got Conan the Barbarian number 135. It's a $2 book with this dope cover. 50 cents right there. Conan number 115. This is the special 10th anniversary issue. It's a double-length novel by Roy Thomas, John Buscema, and Ernie Chan. This is about a $7 book and a newsstand. Very nice. Conan the Barbarian number 111. This is also worth about $7. Conan number 95 is worth about $10. Pretty cool. And Gru number 16, newsstand. Lower grade condition. I got this in the quarter bin, but I'm a Gru fan, and this is an early Gru book. We got G.I. Joe number 61. This is a newsstand. It's a little beat up, but to get it for a quarter was really cool. G.I. Joe number 59. This is a newsstand. It's a little dirty up here, but it's not something that we can't clean. This is like a $2 book as well. It is a key, but in this condition it's like a $2 book. And G.I. Joe number 63 with the classic Snake Eyes and Scarlet cover, which is also a newsstand. Got out of the quarter bin. I would say they were very fine. G.I. Joe number 62. All these were newsstands, so I was really happy about them. G.I. Joe number 54, another newsstand, pretty cool. G.I. Joe Order of Battle number 4. This is it's also like a very fine minus. It's a newsstand, so it's only a couple $1 book. G.I. Joe Yearbook number 3. This is a $7 book. It's got a classic Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Scarlet cover. There's the other Tech World. Tech World number 2. So I got 2, 3, and 4 from Tech World. And I also have number 1, so now I have a set 1 through 4. Very nice. Turok, Dinosaur Hunter number 2. This is about a $7 book from Valiant. Dick Tracy, the Boosters Gould, the original Dick Tracy. This is about a $20 book, but I found it in the dollar bin. It's pretty cool. It's issue number 1. Pretty cool. Dark Circle Comics. This is The Fox, Chapter 1. The Situation's pretty little cool cover, so I grabbed that. We got a Michael Turner Canon cover, issue number 2. That's pretty cool. Blastosaurus from Golden Apple Books, issue number 1. Just grabbed it because it's in issue number 1, and you never know what'll pop off later. Heavy Hitters, The Troubles with Girls, number 1 is also number 1. It's also another number 1, and I like to grab the number 1 issues when I can, especially when you're only like 50 cents. This book is about a $7 book. Heathcliff, number 7 from the Marvel imprint Star Comics. It's those licensed books that back in the 80s, Marvel had a whole bunch of them with the cartoons. Heathcliff was one of my favorite. I really liked him more than Garfield, but number 7 is pretty dope. And Street Wolf, number 1. This is an independent book from Blackthorn Publishing. It was the issue number 1, 50 cents. Can't beat it. Gotta grab it. Alright, so now we're going to get into the DC books that I picked up out of the dollar bin. We're starting off with The New Adventures of Superboy, number 13. This is a $7 book. Superman's Action Comics, number 466. This is pretty cool. I've been picking up a lot of the old Superman. So I picked this up. It's only about a couple $1 book. Action Comics, number 545. Pretty cool Brainiac and Superman cover. Action Comics, number 553. Pretty cool. This is a $7 book, by the way. Aquaman number 2 from a 4-part miniseries of DC back in March of '86. This is a $7 book. Aquaman number 1, Return of the King. This is Aquaman's 15th anniversary issue. This is a $15 book. I also got issue number 2, which is pretty cool to have issue 1 and 2. Batman Detective Comics number 619. This is a newsstand, so this is pretty cool to have in the collection as well. Then we got a bunch of Future State variant books. They were only 50 cents, so who wouldn't pick them up? Future State Superman Wonder Woman 2. This is a Terry Dodson, gorgeous Terry Dodson cover. Pretty cool. Future State Superman versus Imperious Lex. This is a pretty cool cover as well. Future State Justice League number 1. This is the Jim Lee Wonder Woman 84 cover, which is pretty cool. You know, I'm a big Jim Lee fan. Pretty nice. This is the Jim Lee Future State The Next Batman number 4. The Next Batman, if you don't know, is a Batman that's I believe in New York City. And he's pretty cool. Future State Batman Superman number 2. This is a dope Arthur Adams cover. Pretty cool. Not bad for 50 cents. Next we got Justice League Endless Winter number 1. Pretty cool. Deathstroke number 49. This is the variant cover by Scan. Very dope. Very dope. Stanley and His Monster number 1. This is from February of 1993. Nice. The Butcher number 1. It's a 5-part miniseries. This came out in May of 1990. Think about it. 1990 is 30 years ago, guys. 30 years ago. This was pretty cool. I got 2 of these. This is Infinity Inc. number 25. And the reason why this is pretty cool is because if you look at the bottom right there, this is an early art of Todd McFarlane. And I'm a big fan of Todd McFarlane. A lot of you guys know him from Spawn and Spider-Man. But we got deuces on this. Grabbed up 2 of those. They were in the dollar bin, which was 50 cents. So had to grab that up. Pretty cool. We have the Saga of the Swamp Thing, number 9. Special Crisis Crossover All-Star Squadron number 55 from 1986. Newsstand. All-Star Squadron number 8. Pretty cool. All-Star Squadron number 7. pretty cool. It's a $10 book. Justice League number 12. This is a Jim Lee cover and Scott Williams. This is like actually a $12 book. It's selling steady at 10 to 12 bucks. And this is a dope cover. Very dope. Tales of the Teen Titans number 62. This is from 1986. It's pretty cool. It's by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Very nice. The new Teen Titans are back. Well, it's got the slash out. It says the original Teen Titans are back. Issue number 20. This is a $7 book. I like this because it's a nice little it's a nice white cover book. Pretty cool. So next up, we're gonna get into the Marvel books. I got them split up into 4 different little piles here. Let's check it out. We got Marvel Fanfare number 15. It's a dope Ben Grimm cover. It says to Johnny from your best pal Benjamin. This is a $10 book. Marvel Fanfare number 7. Marvel Age number 24. This is a Gru cover on here. This is about a $7 book. It's pretty cool. And Marvel Age was a book that previewed a lot of stuff for Marvel, but now these books are starting to become very, very hot. They were only sold for 25 cents back in the days. We got Marvel Age number 11. This is also a $7 book. Dope Al Milgrom cover. Marvel Age number 9. Inside info on Super Boxers. We got Speedball number 2. This is a $7 book. The New Fantastic Four, issue number 548. This has a dope Michael Turner cover featuring the Fantastic Four and Storm and the Black Panther. This is when they joined. Pretty cool. We also have 544 that has Storm, Black Panther, Human Torch, and Ben Grimm. And this is also a dope Michael Turner cover. Rest in peace, Michael Turner, one of the greatest ever. Pretty cool. It's a $7 book. Fantastic Four number 312. It's a Fall of the Mutants tie-in featuring Doctor Doom and Uncanny X-Factors. One of the first appearances of X-Factor. This is a $7 book, and it's also a newsstand, which is pretty cool. Fantastic Four number 301. This is a Franklin Richards, Ben Grimm cover in Taxi, getting snatched up by, I forget who that villain is, but that's pretty cool. It's a dope yellow book cover. Fantastic Four number 294. Pretty cool. Jerry Ordway cover. Captain America number 258. This is a $10 book with a dope Mike Zeck cover. Pretty cool. Remember, I'm finding all these in the dollar bin, guys. Captain America number 378. It's a pretty cool Ron Lim Captain America and Crossbones cover. You got U.S. Agent number 3. Pretty cool. U.S. Agent number 4. Wish I could have found issue 1 and 2. I think I have that, but I have to check. And we have Nomad issue number 2. Next we have the New Avengers number 58. This has a dope Red Hood cover, and if you don't know by now, the Red Hood will be the villain in the Ironheart TV show that is coming on Disney Plus. So it's pretty cool to snatch up some of the covers with him on it. Marvel Super Action starring Captain America number 5. This is a $10 book. This came out in 1977. I mean, this is almost how old? 87, 97, 2007, 2017. This is over a 40-year-old book. This is a $10 book, and to find this in the dollar bin is pretty cool. It's in great condition. Marvel Super Action starring Avengers, issue number 20. This is from 1980. This is also a $10 book. The Invincible Iron Man number 96. This is a $15 book. Whenever I can pick up these older issues at real cheap prices, pretty cool, because as the years go by, the more scarce they become. Iron Man 2020. Now this is number 6, and I also got number 5. And as you can see, I don't know if it goes like this. Oh, there it goes. They're like connecting covers. Let's see if I can show you. Pretty cool. Makes me want to go get issues number 4, 3, 2, and 1. So pretty cool on that. Thor number 1. This is the variant cover by Michael Turner. Pretty dope. This is a $7 book. Loki variant edition number 5. This is the 2099 variant. It's pretty cool. It's a $7 book. The Mighty Thor number 457. Pretty cool. We also have 453, a newsstand. It's pretty cool with Mephisto on the cover. Number 449, which is also a newsstand. It's pretty cool with Odin. It's pretty cool because just to give you a quick run on this story, this was a time in the Mighty Thor where it wasn't really Thor. It was, I believe Eric Masterson had picked up the hammer and he was becoming Thor. And for a short run, I wouldn't say a short run, but for a decent run, he was Thor. So when he says, "Thou art not but a mortal imposter, where is the true Thor?" And he's like, "Oh boy," because he's not really the true Thor. Number 437 with Hercules and Quasar and Enchantress. Pretty cool. Incredible Hulk number 263. This is a $7 book. This came out in 1981. Incredible Hulk number 311. This is a newsstand. This came out in 1986. This is a $12 book. And She-Hulk number 19, which came out in 1981. This is a $10 book. You'd be smart to snatch up all those old Savage She-Hulk issues, as many as you can, because once she starts showing up in the films, her books are going to gain a lot more value. Here we got Dark Hawk number 3, guest starring Spider-Man. It's a showdown with the Hobgoblin. This is a $7 book. Dark Hawk recently had a very, very good series. It was a short, limited series that came out with Marvel. They're trying to revive this character. It was rumored that James Gunn was thinking about putting him in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So he could be showing up in future runs. So his original run here with Marvel is starting to catch fire. This was about a $7 book. This is issue number 3. And we also got issue number 2, which is also a $7 book. I also have issue number 1, so now I have a set of 1 through 3. And we got 2 of those Dark Hawks number 2s, because that's how we do. Silver Sable and the Wild Pack issue number 10. This is a $7 book. And now I'm collecting, I have 1 through 5 of Silver Sable, trying to get 6 through 10. And here I go, I got 10. This is a $7 book. I also got issue number 7. And this is drawn by, a lot of this stuff was drawn by Wildman, I believe, and he's one of my favorite artists. Issue number 6 as well. Pretty cool. I think Stevens or something drew the covers. We also have the Century number 2 of 8. This is, I believe, the second series of the Century. The Century is rumored to be coming in the Thunderbolts movie as one of the villains. So we have number 2, we have number 3. These covers are drawn by John Romita Jr., the legend. We also have number 4 of 8. Pretty cool. The Infinity Crusade number 5. This is a $7 book. What the Infinity Crusade was part 3 of the Infinity trilogy. The first part was, of course, the Infinity Gauntlet. Second part was the Infinity War, and this was part 3, the Infinity Crusade. To grab them all, read them all, really, really great stuff to read. Classic Marvel readings. That's number 5. We also got Infinity Crusade number 4. Classic Ron Lim covers. That's also a $7 book. We got Black Cat number 3. This is a J. Scott Campbell cover. I was very happy to have seen this in the dollar and snatched this up. J. Scott Campbell is one of my favorite artists. Probably one of the best Black Cat Spider-Man artists that we've seen. North Star number 2 of 4. I thought this was a pretty dope all black cover in pretty good condition. The New Warriors number 3. This features the Mad Thinker. New Warriors is a group that has Speedball, Firestar, Namorita, Nova, Night Thrasher, and forget who that guy is. But it's a group of young heroes. We might see them in the future. Who knows? But I see them after like Young Avengers. I don't see them coming before Young Avengers. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. This Guardians of the Galaxy is about the Guardians of the Galaxy team from the 31st century. The one that everybody is used to now in the movies was a later iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy in present time. But Guardians of the Galaxy started off as a 31st century story and team. You actually got to see them in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie, Volume 2. They were also in the post-credit scene. That was the original team. And Yondu, who was right here, he was a part of that team. Alright, last but not least, let's go through our mutant books. We got X Factor number 12. This is a $7 book. I'm trying to get the first 20 of X Factor. We got Wolverine number 64 by Jason Aaron. This was a great story by Jason Aaron. This involved Mystique and Wolverine and creating like a nice little backstory that they had over the years. New Mutants number 24. This is a newsstand. This is a $10 book. Gambit number 2 of his first limited series. And Gambit number 4, which is a $10 book of his limited series. The Uncanny X-Men number 384. Salvador Larroca was killing this book. His artwork was really amazing. I'd put him, a little bit under Jim Lee. It didn't explode like Jim Lee's, but his artwork is phenomenal. This came around the time of the first X-Men movie. Like, this cover is great. How good is this cover? Who's in this cover? Number 385. This is X-Men number 3 from the Jim Lee series from the 1990s. Issue number 1 went on to be the greatest selling comic book of all time, selling over 8 million copies. So there's lots of these, issues 3 and 2 and stuff, but they are sought after. And this issue right here, it's worth $7, but there are millions of these out there, but they're becoming harder to find in good condition. So if you see these, snatch them up if you get them for cheap price, especially if you get them for 50 cents like I did. X-Men number 17, a later issue in that same series after Jim Lee had left. This is done by Andy Kubert. And number 31, also done by Andy Kubert. Pretty dope. And X-Men number 55. This was an Onslaught and Beyond story. This was Onslaught Phase 1 that led to Heroes Reborn and all that other wild 90s stuff. So it was pretty cool to get this book. Alright, so those are all the books that I got. I think it's about 100 books or so. I'll put the number there. I spent $60, 65 plus tax, and I'll put what they're worth also, like we do, next to it, the profit margin, to see how good we did with that. Alright, so remember, if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Check out all our videos, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and we hope you enjoy these videos. I like sharing all the dollar bin books because you can get a lot of good value out of it. You can build your collection pretty good if you know how to master through the dollar bin, and then you can save your big purchases for things that you really, really like. Alright, so for the Council of Comics, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.